Imagine running into someone you loved, after 20 years. The person who knew your dreams, your fears, the one who once held your heart, just sitting there, staring at you. What would you do? Would you walk away? Or would you risk everything to reconnect? Today, you're about to witness Michael Jordan's emotional reunion with his ex, and the move he made next stunned everyone around. You won't believe what happened. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss an update. Now, let's dive into what really happened. It was a bright, sunny afternoon in Chicago, and Michael Jordan, the basketball legend, thought he had seen it all. Championships, awards, and unforgettable moments on the court had defined his life for decades. Records were broken, history was written, and the world always seemed to be watching. Yet, despite all his experiences, nothing could have prepared him for the moment that was about to unfold that day. Michael walked into a small, quiet cafe, a place he frequented for his daily coffee and a brief escape from the relentless pace of life. The warm sunlight streamed through the large windows, illuminating the cozy interior and the soft hum of conversations. But then, from across the room, he saw her. A familiar face, sitting in the corner, looked up, and their eyes met. For a moment, the bustling cafe seemed to fade away, leaving only two people suspended in time. Memories of over 20 years ago flooded his mind. The laughter, the late-night talks, the shared dreams and unspoken emotions of their youth. It was his high school sweetheart, the one who had once held his heart before fame, before the NBA, before the world knew his name. And now, after 2 whole decades, she was right there in front of him. The atmosphere in the cafe seemed to shift. Patrons noticed the sudden change in Michael's expression, a mixture of surprise, nostalgia, and a rare, subtle vulnerability. Even he could feel the weight of the years between them. His mind raced with questions. What should he say? Should he just acknowledge her with a smile, or approach her? Or pretend nothing happened and keep walking, as if the past had never existed? In that suspended moment, Michael realized that some encounters are impossible to ignore. This wasn't just a casual meeting, it was a collision of past and present, a test of courage, and the beginning of an unforgettable story. Michael Jordan took a deep breath and stepped closer to her table. A flood of memories came rushing back, almost like they had been waiting patiently for this moment to resurface. He could see it clearly. The late-night talks that stretched into the early hours, the whispered dreams about the future, and the small, awkward gestures that somehow made their first date so special. Back then, basketball had been his passion, a game he loved, but it hadn't yet become the global career that would one day make him a legend. Life had been simpler, yet every moment with her had felt monumental. She, too, seemed to be suspended in that same whirlwind of recollection. Their eyes met again, lingering just a moment too long to be casual, but perfectly long enough to speak volumes without words. For a fleeting instant, it felt as if time had turned back. The years melted away, and the distance of 20 long years seemed irrelevant. Their connection, the bond they had once shared, was still there, quietly alive beneath the surface of their lives, waiting to be noticed again. Michael felt a strange mix of emotions, excitement, anxiety, and a touch of fear. This was not a simple, casual encounter. It was more than that. It was a moment that demanded reflection, a chance to face the past and decide what to do next. Could he rekindle the friendship they had lost? Could old feelings resurface, or would this be just a gentle nod to a chapter long closed? Could they simply honor the memories without letting them dominate the present? In that moment, Michael realized the power of memory, the weight of shared history, and the fragile, beautiful opportunity that lay before him. It was a delicate balance between past and present, and every heartbeat mattered. Michael Jordan took a slow, steady breath as he walked toward her table. His usual confidence on the court felt strangely distant now. This was different. This was personal. With a gentle smile, he greeted her, masking the flutter of nerves he hadn't felt in years. "It's been a long time," he said, his voice calm but full of emotion. Her eyes softened immediately, and she replied with a quiet warmth, "Too long, Michael." That simple exchange carried the weight of 2 decades. They sat down together, and for a moment, the world around them seemed to fade. The gentle clatter of cups, the murmur of other patrons, all of it disappeared as they delved into conversation. Laughter came easily, often punctuated by long pauses as memories resurfaced. They shared stories of their lives, her joys, challenges, and the family she had built. His journey through the NBA, the victories, the losses, and the sacrifices that fame demanded. Each word seemed to rebuild a bridge that time had never fully broken. Then, the moment came that would leave a mark on both of them, and anyone observing nearby. Michael leaned in slightly, his voice quieter, more intimate. "I've thought about you more than you know," he said, his eyes searching hers. "Life took us on different paths, but I've always wondered what could have been." Her eyes widened, a mix of surprise, emotion, and realization washing over her. A few nearby patrons glanced over, sensing the intensity without needing to hear a word. This wasn't just a conversation about the past, it was a moment of raw honesty, a connection neither time nor distance could erase. It was the kind of reunion that reminds us how powerful shared history can be, and how courage can open doors to moments we never expected. Hours passed as Michael Jordan and his high school sweetheart continued talking. Laughter filled the quiet cafe, mingled with soft sighs and even a few tears. They spoke of dreams once shared, mistakes made, and the paths life had taken them on. Each word, each memory, seemed to rebuild a bridge between them, connecting the past with the present in a way neither of them expected. Then came the moment that would leave a lasting impression, not just on them, but on anyone who happened to notice. Michael didn't make grand gestures. He didn't ask her to leave her life behind or promise some extravagant reunion. Instead, he offered something simple, yet profound. "Let's not lose touch again," he said, his voice steady but filled with warmth. "Let's meet regularly, share our stories, and see where life takes us." For many outside observers, these words might have seemed ordinary, even unremarkable. But for Michael and her, this was monumental. It was a mature, heartfelt decision, proof that respect, care, and genuine affection can survive the test of time. It wasn't about rushing into the past or trying to reclaim something lost. It was about acknowledging what had been, appreciating what they had now, and allowing life to unfold naturally. Her eyes glistened with tears as she nodded softly. "I'd like that," she whispered, her voice filled with emotion. In that moment, a new chapter began, not forced, not hurried, but built on honesty, vulnerability, and a mutual understanding that some connections, no matter how long dormant, never truly fade. Even the cafe patrons, who had quietly observed the reunion, couldn't help but feel the weight of the moment. Michael Jordan, a man who had amazed the world countless times on the basketball court, had now amazed them in life. With courage, humility, and the quiet power of reconnecting with the past, this extraordinary encounter reminded everyone that even legends are human. Michael Jordan, a man who had amazed the world on the basketball court countless times, showed that true courage and wisdom aren't measured by trophies or records, they're measured by how we handle life's personal moments. His reunion with his high school sweetheart wasn't about making headlines, impressing the public, or showing off wealth and fame. Instead, it was about understanding the deep value of relationships, recognizing the importance of timing, and summoning the courage to face emotions that had been buried for decades. Life often separates people with the passing of time, distance, and circumstances beyond anyone's control. Friends drift apart, love stories fade, and memories can feel like echoes from another life. Yet, every once in a while, fate offers a second chance, a quiet opportunity to reflect, reconnect, and perhaps rebuild something meaningful. Michael's decision after seeing his ex was a testament to patience, humility, and emotional intelligence. He didn't rush into the past or try to force a story that had already been written. Instead, he embraced it, acknowledged it, and carefully used it as a stepping stone to create a future built on honesty, respect, and genuine connection. As he stepped out of the cafe into the busy streets of Chicago, his smile was different, lighter, warmer, and filled with a quiet, unshakable contentment. He hadn't just reunited with his ex after 20 years. He had honored their shared history and chosen a path that inspired everyone who witnessed the moment. For the rest of us, this story is a powerful reminder. Some of life's most extraordinary moments happen off the court, in quiet corners of everyday life, where love, memory, and courage intersect, quietly shaping the person we become.